cookie. She give him all the cookies, but cookies on me pussy. This girl is kinda loosey. Dudes take her off the shelf and they put her on credit. 30 days later, they return it and regret it. Used like a dish rag, dumped with a hashtag. I blame it on the pussy. That shit must be bad. Broken pussy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a wonderful episode of VJLAS. Tonight we are doing the nasty, the stanky, and all in between. I've got a wonderful guest tonight, my bitch Monicur.
What's up, y'all?
But tonight, you know what? I figured we would figure this out because this is a very special Valentine's Day extravaganza. As we talk about daddy. Niggas, triggers, bros, and hoes. Girl, speaking of hoes, let's dive into this the same way them niggas is diving right into that pussy.
Oh, man. All right.
How you doing, Queen Bee?
I am doing all right. Feeling rejuvenated, glowing, effects of being taken care of. Not financially, but sexually. I am doing A-okay.
Sexual liberation.
Sexual liberation. I needed it.
Liberation.
It's been a long time coming, and I have just been focusing on my career and my children and just sexually frustrated. And finally, I got on some dating apps, and I'm loving it. Like, I'm living my best life.
So you've been just sexually liberating yourself, and I'm here for it because, Valentine's Day is coming up, no pun intended. You're enjoying yourself. We've been in a pandemic. It's not been a glamdemic. It's just been absolutely miserable.
I know that's right.
Let's talk about these bros you got in different area codes.
Oh my God. They're in like 3 area codes, surrounding ones, but
3 area codes, or those are the 3 that are returning?
First of all, they all come back, but these are the ones that I want to keep around. I feel like I should talk about the very first one that I was just like, all right, this is going to be adventurous as fuck.
So tell me about the first one.
I met this guy on Bumble and we were texting for a while. I like to call him the Cuban cowboy, but he was very assertive. I mean, I love an alpha, but he was very assertive in some ways that were kind of questionable. Like, when we decided what date we were going to go on, he's like, I'll pick the place and I'll pick your food. And I'm just like,
okay.
I mean, okay, I guess that's kind of romantic, but what if you choose something I don't like? And he's like, I have good taste. You'll like anything I picked for you. And I'm just like, okay.
Excuse me. I'm like, nigga, first, let's get one thing straight. I am not Cinderella. I can do her the fuck I want.
Okay, but I mean, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I was like, maybe this is his way of thinking that he's being super alpha and being very romantic and assertive, but
Anime, come on. This cake real good. Anime, just take the cake, please.
I'm like, okay, we'll see how it goes. We plan a date for Friday. At this point, It's Wednesday. We're talking every day, good morning throughout the day, good night, for 2 weeks. Finally, he's like, we're going to meet up, blah, 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 blah. We decide to go to this awesome place. Then the day of, I text him good morning. He doesn't respond. I'm like, okay. Mind you, on Bumble, there's a bunch of other guys who are waiting for their turn.
As it should be. You got your rotation going on.
Okay, bitch, okay. I'm like, listen, I booked a babysitter. I got an outfit. My gas tank is full. I'm leaving work. If you don't say anything to me by noon, I don't care if we're going out at 8 o'clock. I'm not going anywhere with you.
That's respectful.
He doesn't answer. And I said, okay, that's fine. On to the next one. I mean, I didn't have the kids that night, so I'm like, I'm going to make it worth my while. Enter this Middle Eastern GQ model.
Just out of curiosity, is this the,
Yes. This is the story that brought me here, guys.
This is the story that brought you here. Okay.
Listen, honey. I mean, this man, I'm looking at his pictures and I'm like, there's no way you're fucking real. Why are you on here? He looks
what makes him not real?
He was too fine. Too fine. You don't need Bumble. But then I've also realized after being on Bumble for a little bit, or any dating site, being attractive is not a reason to not be on these things. Some of these people are businessmen, entrepreneurs, just busy, honey. And shit, myself, I'm busy too, and I'm fine. So it's not just for ugly people. I didn't understand that until I got in there.
Is that what you thought dating sites and hookup apps were for? Was you ugly? So
yes, I was like,
God.
I'm like, this is for ugly folk. I could just go to a bar and pick someone up. No, there's way more facets to it than that. I know now. But
it's for everybody.
It's for everybody. It really is.
It's for ugly people. It's for virgins. It's for hoes. It's for down low niggas.
It's for anxious people. All that type of shit.
It's for
too.
Jeffrey Dahmer if he was still alive. It's for Hannibal Lecter. It's for Buffalo Bill. You know,
listen,
puts
bitch.
the lotion on its skin.
Oh God. You see, listen, there's some people I see. I'm like, you're giving me the vibes, but. I'm looking at this guy's pictures and it's like every picture is like fucking perfect. Like perfect. Like his hair is in like that perfect man bun. He has light brown eyes, gorgeous smile. Like, oh. And I'm like, you're probably fat now. I don't know, whatever. He's chatting with me on Bumble and he's telling me that he owns a hookah spot in the same town that I work in. And I'm like, oh yeah, what spot? And he's like, you know, he tells me the name of it. He also sends me like the Google link to it. So I'm like, okay, you know, it's legit. He's like, yeah, it's my second one. I have another one in another state that's doing really well. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, he's a businessman. All right, let's see what this is about. After my other date didn't fall through, I'm like, all right, let me give this guy my number and see what's up. I call my coworker. I'm like, you want to go with me? Because I'm not trying to go to this place by myself. You know, I'm like, what do you want to do? And he's like, oh, you should come to my hookah spot. And I'm like, okay, but I'm not going alone. So she decides to come with me. I call her. You know, we set everything up. We head over there and I get there first.
All right.
First of all, before I even decided I was going to go, this man is texting me and he's like, this is the address. This is the attire. It's a real chill spot. You're really going to love it.
Wait.
Pause.
Wait, there's attire for a hookah lounge.
He literally goes, it's grown and sexy. Don't come in like ratchet shit. Like don't. And I'm like, I don't do ratchet, bitch. Like, I don't do that.
Do I look like a nurse?
Do I fucking look like that? He's like, you don't. But I just feel like I have to put that as a disclaimer as we are in the city that we're in. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Okay, so as I'm like texting him, this man calls me. He's like, I'm tired of texting. I just want to let you know there's nothing to be nervous about, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be like we've known each other for a really long time. I have a feeling we're going to have a really good vibe with each other. And I'm like, okay, the audacity to call me without asking me first, but also I like your confidence. So my girl tells me she's going to meet me there. I arrive and this man looks exactly like his fucking picture.
Ooh.
He looked good. He smelled good. And he's sitting here looking at me, telling me how good I look. At this point, I have been out the game for so long. I could have melted right into the fucking ground. I kept my composure. I walk in. Hookah spot is beautiful. Gorgeous. Nice vibes. Nice DJ. First thing he does, he's like, what do you want to drink? I'm like, oh.
You look just like your picture too. Except you're wearing clothes.
Come on. You want a drink? A soda?
Okay, so this nigga buys you drink, right?
He doesn't buy me a drink. He's telling the bartender to whip me up shit.
Oh, so he's not even buying drinks.
He's not.
He's
He owns this. Like this man was not joking around. He owns the spot. Okay, so I was like, all right, that's cool. So I'm getting drinks made for me. My friend comes out and she meets me and she's like, ooh, bitch, this shit is legit. This man giving out free fucking drinks. Okay. Then this man pulls out. He's like, do you smoke weed? I'm like, you know, I used to, not really anymore. He's like, you're gonna smoke tonight. And I'm like,
excuse me?
Okay.
No.
So I'm like, okay. We go outside to like this little private hookah area. And my homegirl, who's a full on, you know, blown fucking pothead, she's like, give me that shit. I'll hit it. I'm like, I don't think so.
Thank you. Good.
So they smoke. All his boys come out. And now his friends are all employees. I didn't pick up on it at first, but as the night went on, I'm like, you're not his boys. You're his minions.
Luca! Bueno! Piñu! Bueno! Piñu! Bueno! Piñu!
Like, they just did everything at his beck and call. I was like, okay, you know, and being from the islands, when people come from money, they just carry themselves in a certain way and they just have people around them who act like that. So I was like, oh, this nigga rich.
Okay.
Like, all right. So everybody's smoking. I'm drinking. You could tell he's trying to get me like lit. And I'm like, you really don't need to do that because I will fuck you tonight. Like, you don't need to do this. You know, so I'm relaxing, chilling. My friend starts to get a little tired. Well, before that, there was a lot of just silent sexual chemistry going on.
Oh, this is like,
I don't know how
like
to
the Batman, Zoe Kravitz, Robert Pattinson.
The whole place was set up with these couches with hookah tables in the middle. Right? So there'd be a couch, a table with the hookah on it, and then another couch facing it. And behind that couch would be another couch facing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
another one.
Yeah, it was like a very loungy feeling.
He's bringing the DJ Khaled vibes, just another one.
Listen, honey, yes. So he's sitting at the couch across from me, and I'm sitting at the couch across from him. My homegirl is sitting next to me, and she's like, bitch, I thought y'all was gonna fuck right there. Like, I'm just looking at him. He's like, what are you looking at? I was like, nothing. I'm you. And he's looking at me. I'm like, what are you looking at? He's like, you. And I'm just
looking
like,
into the future.
Like,
he's doing a That's So Raven.
Listen, honey, I was like, oh, like the way this just fell into my lap, I'm not fucking this up.
Okay.
So my homegirl's like, I'm getting tired. She decides to head out for the night and she's like, are you going to be okay? I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. So it starts to get late. The spot is across from a strip club. Strip club closes at 2.
Okay.
2:15, the strippers start rolling in. This man, like his whole demeanor went from like doting on me to like boss man, making sure they're buying it. Like, you know, the strippers come in and they try to sit down on the couch. He's like, don't sit on the couch unless you pay. Like, everything was like, he was just so focused. And I'm like, all right, this is clearly like his work day. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what he does. And he was making sure everything was good. And I was kind of sitting by myself and I'm like, I'm getting kind of tired. He has literally a rotation of his friends sitting down to talk to me just to keep me entertained while he's working. So these random dudes are sitting down. They're like, hi, how are you? You know, like, what do you do for a living? Okay. How long have you lived? I'm just like, bro, you guys don't often make small talk with me, but I guess he just didn't want me to be alone.
So what do you say? Like, snap his fingers, like, keep her entertained?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Basically.
Okay. Big dick energy. I'm here for it.
If I really liked a song, I'd be like, you know, jamming. And then if I was on my phone, he'd like run over and be like, you don't like the songs? And I'm like, oh, it's all right. This is not my vibe. And he'd be like, DJ, change the song now. Like, he was just, the control freak in him was cute that night, but we'll talk about what it turned into. So I'm like, you know, chilling in the corner, my little, you know, chair, and I'm, you know, on the couch. I'm drinking my drink, relaxing. And then he's texting me while he's working. He's like, you just look so beautiful over there in the corner, blah, 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 blah. I can't wait to go home with you. I just think it's so cute that we're texting right now. And I'm like, oh, you know, he's so cute.
Okay.
So the strippers start getting loud.
I mean, that's what strippers do.
Okay.
Their lifestyles are loud.
So, as the strippers start getting loud, I move to the other side to get another drink. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm getting kind of tired. And he's like, are you hungry? I'm like, yeah, I am. He's like, well, what do you want to eat? I was like, oh, there's a pizza place
Some
next
kebab.
door. You know, I'll just walk over there. And he was just like, no, sit down.
Bitch, sit down.
10 minutes later, this guy shows up with like 3 different types of pizzas. And he's like, which one do you want? I was like, what? I was like,
wait, he just bought pizzas?
He bought 3 different pizzas. And he's like, which one do you want? And I was like, I mean, I'll take the veggie pizza or whatever. That's fine. He's like, okay, how many slices? I was just like, I just like 1. I'm fine. He's like, okay. They let me have 1 slice and they like threw the rest of the pizza behind the bar. Like fresh fucking pizza.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking. I'm so serious right now. And I was like, oh,
wait. This man bought you 3 pizzas to throw away.
He brought a sausage pizza, a pepperoni pizza, and a veggie pizza.
Wow.
He was trying to keep me from going home because the hookah place closed at 4. And I'm like, I'm not fucking staying here till 4. He's like, please. And then I'm like, I'm really tired. You just give me food, which is great, but also now I'm more tired. And he's like, okay. How about you just take my car home? I was like, what? He's like, here, just get in the car. When you turn it on, just route home. It'll take you home to my place. And I'm just like, I'm not taking this. And I'm looking at the key. I'm like, this is a fucking Maserati. Like, I'm not driving this home. And he's just like, just stay. I was like, okay, I'll stay, but I'm not driving your car home. So he's like, okay, that's fine. I stay. And, you know, I'm starting to twiddle my thumbs a little bit. I'm like, I don't know. At this point, it's like 3:15, 3:30ish. And all of a sudden I hear the music stop and I hear fists hitting body parts.
Like a fight broke out?
I look over and all the strippers are fucking fighting.
Well, I mean, they're strippers. That's what they do.
All of them. I'm like...
Wait, all of them?
All of them. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And I see him in the middle of it and he's like, stop,
He's in the middle of, like, he's fighting the strippers?
He's in the middle of trying to break them apart, trying to kick them out.
Yo, this man got some serious balls because I seen strippers fight.
Listen, while he's doing that, one of them punches him and it's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, you could tell they have a rapport with him and they don't want to like upset him. One of them punches him by accident. This man literally puts on brass knuckles and is like, get the fuck out.
Oh my God.
Like some of them leave, others they have to drag them out, and then he shuts the door. And I'm like, I want to go now.
This man just be walking around with brass knuckles. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't want to walk out the back because I knew that they were, because some of the girls were still in there, so I felt like they were waiting for some of the girls. I didn't want to walk up the front, so I was like, I'll just wait it out. So we all pretty much just waited until the hotheads left, and while we're waiting, he kind of like pulls me to the back and is like, I'm so sorry you had to see that. I'm like, you know, and I'm a very laid back person. So I'm like, it is what it is. It's okay. And he kisses me and I'm just like, okay, all right. Yeah. I like this. And, you know, I'm a very like, I'm a hungry kisser. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more we kiss, the more I show you what I want to do later. So he's like, okay, I like where this is going. We're leaving now. Matter of fact, the guys can take the car home. I'm driving home with you. And I'm like, what do you mean? No, you're not. He's like, no, we can go to my place. I'm just going to hop in your car with you. And I was like, okay. So.
No. Bring that Maserati over here.
No, I didn't want to drive that.
No, but he could have driven it. You could have just ridden in it.
I'm not leaving my car.
You know what? Fair enough.
And he like did not want to ride separately. Like he wanted to be next to me the whole time. I don't know if he was afraid that I would just like be like, fuck that, I'm gonna go home. I don't know. He just did not want me to leave his side.
This is oddly arousing in a very toxic, red flaggy kind of way.
Oh my God. So we get to his place and I'm shocked because the place is an apartment.
What kind of apartment? Because I've seen all kinds of apartments. I've seen big apartments. I've seen little apartments.
It wasn't no studio. You could tell that this man was like stacking his money because I was like, I know you're loaded. I could tell you're not spending it, which is smart.
Okay.
So we get to the apartment and I'm like, okay, you know, we get inside. I go to the bathroom. I kind of, you know, get myself ready. And then I come out and he's like, come cuddle. And I'm like, we ain't go fucking cuddle. So I start doing my thing.
Right.
And he's talking. He's like, I want this every day. Like, this is amazing. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm very much turned on by like praise and like you letting me know that I'm doing the right thing.
He is gassing you up.
I'm a Virgo. Like, I need you to tell me that I'm doing the right thing. That's what turns me on.
I have no idea what that means, but I'm here for it.
The Virgos who are listening will know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
You know who else is a Virgo? Beyonce.
I do know that. Like, we need that vindication. We need you to be like, yes, just like that. And I'm like, oh yeah? Okay, bet. Like I need that. I need you to talk to me.
Yes.
We're doing our thing. He is receiving.
No, you gotta go into detail. What do you mean?
I am going down on this man.
Look, I am gay. You gotta be clear because you might be pegging him.
I am sucking that dick.
Ooh.
Okay, I am doing what the fuck I do, you know, cupping the balls, doing all that, getting it all sloppy and shit, doing all that shit they like. As he's telling me he loves it, whatever, blase, blase, blah, he's like, you are going to make me bust, stop. And I was just like, okay. Then he's like, I want to go down on you. I was like, okay.
Ooh.
So he starts to go down on me, and that's when everything goes downhill. This man starts to... This man did not know where the clit was.
Oh, no.
He starts to literally suck the fuck out of my labia.
Oh, no. He needs some milk.
And I'm like trying to reroute him by moving around, you know, and he's like, I feel like in his mind, he's like, she likes this. That's why she's moving like this. Let me keep
like
going.
A
And
worm?
I'm like, no. And I'm like, no, I'm like up here. I'm like trying to push his head, like, no, up here, like, you know, right here. And he's just like, you like that? And I'm like, no.
Running around like you got Parkinson's. Like, no, this is not me moving in pleasure. This is me moving because I'm Michael J. Fox, not Michael Bay Fox. Like, come on now.
When I tell him no, he's like, you will like it. I'm like,
excuse me.
Y'all don't understand. If this man wasn't as attractive as he was, I would have left. Because I was like, maybe it'll get better.
No. That's what abuse victims say.
So we start fucking.
And he tells you, look at me. I'm the captain of this ship now.
No. We start missionary, and I'm like, okay, this is good. I got some good pussy. So my shit is wet. We're good. Like, everything feels amazing. But I realize he can't stay in there.
What do you mean he can't stay in there?
He can't stay in there. His dick wasn't big enough. Imagine like a teenage boy, like fucking his crush for the first time.
Oh.
Like an older woman. Like it's like he couldn't catch the pace. Basically, because he was so excited to fuck me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you need to just slow down, chill out, find your pace. You know what I'm saying? And I was
Shut
like, all
him
right,
down.
Clearly I'm going to have to take charge. So I'm like, stop, get off me.
Drop. Pussy on top.
Listen, okay? I'm like, you're going to hit it from the back, but you're going to let me drive the car, basically. So I do that, and this man's like, oh my God, like, this is amazing. He busted in like 60 seconds. It was fine. I'm a quickie queen. I'm okay with that.
So you gave him the Nicolas Cage to Angelina Jolie.
The what?
The Gone in 60 Seconds.
What is that?
Oh man.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen it in a minute. Okay. So I'm like, all right, cool. Mind you, it's late. It's like 4:30 in the morning. You know, I'm a mom. I literally wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning to get my kids' stuff ready. So I'm fucking tired. I've been up all night. I lay down, and he lays down for a second. He's like, honestly, this is usually when I work and send out emails and shit. So I'm gonna go get some work done. I'm like, that's fine. I'm sleeping. This man comes in like not even half an hour to an hour later. Not even. Probably like 45 minutes later.
Yeah.
And starts to feel on my breast. But the way he's like, first of all, titties are really fucking sensitive. And this man is grabbing on my shit like I'm a fucking blow up doll. Like, that you need to be gentle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be tender with the titties. He's like grabbing on them extra hard. I'm like, yo, be gentle. And, you know, I'm like, okay, clearly he wants a round 2, but also like, you know, you got to get my engine started. He goes down on me again, once again, can't find the fucking clear. I'm like, bro. And he's not like gently sucking it either. He's sucking it very fucking hard. I'm like, bro.
Was he like chewing on it? It was like
jerky? He was just sucking it very hard. So I'm like, stop. Let's just get down to business. I start to try to like suck his dick, and he's like immediately goes into like pushing my head down back and forth. And I'm like, yo, that's some boyfriend girlfriend shit. That's what you not finna do. Like, we gonna do this at my pace. You're not face fucking me unless I love you. That's it. Period.
Okay, that's fair.
He's like, it seemed like he got like annoyed at that. I'm like, okay. Whatever. He's just like, okay. And then he just starts to try to fuck me. And I'm like, I'm not really wet yet, but okay. And he just starts
to he's used to the desert, so.
Right. So he's so fucking stupid. So he starts trying to fuck me, and I'm like, not even wet. It's not that hard for me to get wet. Like, you're being lazy right now. It felt like frantic. Like, I was just like, okay.
Manic.
I'm turned off by how much like, you're just too much in a rush right now, but like, just finish what you gotta finish. And then he just like kept falling out. He couldn't stay in. I'm like, oh my God, like, you are too fine to fuck this bad.
It's not too fine. I've learned.
I've never experienced that before.
I've learned that bros who have either really big dicks or just fine and can get anybody tend to be lazy lovers because they don't gotta work for it. It just comes to them.
Right.
So their sex game be terrible.
That makes sense, because some of the best sex I've ever had comes from people who don't.
You know, that's why I fuck average niggas. Like, you look good, but like, you a solid 7 because you know that you gotta work.
Right.
You're fine enough to get me, but you're not fine enough to, like, for example, backslap me. Like, you cannot talk to me that way, sir. That is for 9s and ups. Continue, though.
So he's doing what he's doing. I'm just like, like, you need to stop. Like, it was hurting because I wasn't wet, and he's going like hammer time, and I'm like, this gotta stop.
Your touch makes this pussy drier than sandpaper.
So he starts jacking off, and he's like, just put your mouth by it.
Oh,
I'm just like,
no.
I don't think so. He's like, all right, just cut my balls. And I'm just like, okay. And I'm just thinking, while this man is trying to finish, I'm like, I did not expect it to go like this.
No.
Like, so he finishes, and I'm like, all right. He goes back out to, you know, send more emails. I fall back asleep. I wake up nice and early because I'm gonna walk out before you see me. I don't want to have coffee with you. I don't want to talk. Like, I'm leaving. So I leave. I kiss him goodbye. Thank you for a good night. He says, thank you for coming. Blah, 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 blah. I leave. I get home, and my fucking pussy is like swollen. He did not give me anything. He literally like gave my vagina a hickey, like a painful one. Like my labia was like swollen and engorged.
Oh,
it was really bad. I had to call my doctor. I was like, am I gonna die? And she's like, no, like just fucked someone who's really bad at giving head. And I was like, oh, great. And he made me bleed.
Oh.
Basically, he like tore me up a little bit.
Tore your vagina, but not in the way that we wanted.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's what happens when you don't wait for a girl to be wet. I mean, did I die? No. Did I have an orgasm the first round? I did. I'm a giver as well as a taker, and I need somebody else to be the same way. And he seemed to be just a taker the second round. And I'm like, that's unattractive, but whatever. You're fine enough for me to teach you how to do it right when I'm in the mood. The next day, I'm with my kids all day long. He texts me. I didn't answer. The day after that, he texts me and he's like, I texted you yesterday. Why didn't you answer me?
Because I got the pendants.
I'm like, good morning. You know, I have kids. Also, I was at work today, so I'm not always going to be as available as you want me to, but I will usually text you back, you know, just relax. And he's just like, if you need a babysitter, I will pay. And there's nothing that your job is giving you that I can't give you more of. So when I text you, you need to answer.
Excuse me?
Yo, the way I looked at my phone, like, I know this motherfucker did not just say that shit to me, especially after you broke my vagina.
Broken pussy. Broken pussy.
So I'm like, you're fucking crazy. I will talk to you later. He's just like, okay. You know, I'm thinking all night long. And I'm like, this man is so off. I forgot to tell you, when we were at the hookah lounge, this man keeps telling me that, no, I don't do social media. But in my mind, I'm like, the pictures that this man has on Bumble are like influencer perfect. Like they're perfect. Did I show him to you?
You did. And for the sake of trying not to get sued, we will not be linking them in this podcast.
I will not link the pictures, but I want you to describe what you saw. Like, this man cannot not have social media.
No, I'm not going to lie. That is a very fine man. In terms of looks, look, I could have told you that there's no way a man is that fine and single and isn't batshit crazy or lying. I'm just gonna tell you, there's no way.
I knew he was lying when he said he didn't have social media. And I was like, I might find you, I might not. We'll see. So, for the sake of not getting sued, let's just say his name, he told me his name was Michael.
But his real name is...
So I go to his business page because I know the name of the hookah bar. Mm-hmm. Of course, you know me. If I want to be a sleuth, honey, don't let me investigate you. Don't let me do it. Because if you do let me do it, if I come to a place where I have to investigate you, I will figure you the fuck out. Mm-hmm. I'll find out who your mom is. I'll find out who your dad is, where they went to high school, all that shit. So I go to the business page and the very first review on the page from when they first opened was by someone named, let's say, Raj Michael.
Okay.
It had a common Indian name and the name that he gave me, Raj Michael. And there was no words on the review, just 5 stars. And I know entrepreneurs and business owners, they know the power of good reviews. So it is very common for them to write their own reviews, like pretending to be a customer or something like that. So I was like, I look at the little, icon next to it and I'm like, that's that motherfucker. Okay. What did I say? Raj Michael?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, that's definitely him. I go to Google and I type in Raj Michael, or the name that I typed in. And this motherfucker's whole, I'm not even joking, an entire wedding pops up from YouTube.
Wait, what?
Okay. And I'm like, whose wedding is this? It's him. It was his wedding.
Wait, it's his wedding?
This man is not only married, but his wedding was broadcasted on television, on the internet, live streamed, because he's married to a famous Indian actress.
The fuck?
And I'm like trying to tell my roommate, I'm like, girl, come look at this shit.
This man is married to an Indian actress.
He is married to an Indian actress.
Like a famous one?
Like a famous one.
Okay, we cannot name her.
Like an up-and-coming Indian actress. She's been in many Indian... I'm looking at it, and they are in, Indian tabloids.
Okay, so she's only been in 4... She only has 4 credits on IMDb, but one of them she's been in for 600 episodes.
That's enough, honey. She out here.
And she's been in another show for 301 episodes.
She is out here, honey. She is out here.
Like, she is out here.
And he comes from, I think, old money.
Like, I'm just shocked.
So, I see that, and this man is texting me all this shit, and I was like, yeah, that's not my vibe. I don't really like that type of stuff. He's like, okay, well, if you can't cooperate with that, I'll be blocking you. I said, go ahead and block me, Raj Michael. And then I sent him the screenshot of everything I found. And we haven't talked since.
That is a lot.
But I'll never forget that night before we did anything, when my homegirl was there, I said, this is a really cool spot. Like this is like the perfect kind of spot for me and my homegirls. He was like, you can come anytime. I was like, no matter what happens. He goes, no matter what happens between us tonight, you are always welcome here.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I'm fucking going back with my homegirls.
Nah, I'm not going.
We are going back. You're coming with me.
It's a no from me.
Yes, you are.
This is wild.
I will drag you.
This is wild. What the fuck? This was a very interesting Valentine's Day special. And I just love how this is not like the first story. You have stories for days. We both have stories for days of the most wild shit.
I do have stories for days. I absolutely do. That was just the first and craziest. And it was the beginning of a very tumultuous Bumble ride. Tinder has also been very fruitful and prosperous for me. But I will say that the entire ordeal of like online dating has helped me understand a lot about myself when it comes to hooking up and how I am in the bedroom and what I like, what I don't like, and just how I connect with people and how I don't know, I feel like I just have this very laid back, easygoing vibe, which attracts crazy fucking energy. It just does, but it also attracts good energy too. So I'm still feeling that out and understanding how to tackle what comes my way.
Okay.
The best dick I've had is the one that I met in person though. I did not meet him online.
You know, it really be like that.
It really be like that. Like, I want this man every day, but that's a story for another day.
No, we're going to be doing this. I'm going to call this segment the spoils of war. Like the spoils of war, but like, because love is a battle, right? This is going to be a very fun segment. We're going to be doing this quite often.
Okay, I'm down.
You're definitely down. He's down too because he couldn't keep it up.
It's not even, no, it was up. He just couldn't keep okay, everybody needs to know I have a big butt.
You got a booty.
I got a booty. It's not like my butt isn't like, you know, outrageous, but I have a booty and I'm a thick girl. So my booty's there. If you don't know how to work that dick, you don't know how to position me right, and your dick isn't big, because it doesn't even have to be huge. Like, if you don't pace yourself, your dick will fall out. Not because you're not hard, but because you don't know what you're doing back there. That's what was happening. It wasn't that he wasn't hard. It was that he couldn't keep it in there because he just didn't know how to handle all the ass. You know what I'm saying? It was too much.
And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.